What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Stop having kids with Pookie and looking for a good man to raise them. This woman triggered the internet. Let's get it.
Okay, it's time that we have a come to Jesus meeting.
How's he doing?
Because we got to talk about why it is that y'all will not stop having babies with Pookies and then looking for your husband later. Like Krishan Rock made a post saying that the next dude she deal with is going to be her husband. Why was that not the first dude you was looking for? Why would you have a baby by a Pookie like Blueface and then talking about you, Gary, go find your husband now?
Right.
What is wrong? Like, they have to do some kind of study on a lot of y'all, because it's just no way that you could be this backwards. It's just no way that you out here picking so poor.
They did do a study. Well, at least there are conversations about dualistic mating strategy. Let's keep listening.
Poorly, and then trying to come back after picking poorly and making a permanent decision with a Pookie, and then talking about you trying to find a husband. But that's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, right? And the dudes are obvious Pookies. These ain't dudes who maybe you didn't know he was. No, you obviously knew he was. These be dudes who pants be sagging,
right,
tattoos all over their face, can barely speak English, and you want us to believe that at some point you thought that they was gonna be a good man or a good father to somebody.
Right.
No, they never was. He hang on the block all day.
Right.
He was never going to be no good husband or a good father to no child.
I want you guys to notice something while she's talking. I'm noticing the blinking of the eyes, right? The eyes are blinking. That's coffee, right? She's caffeinated, boy. Let's go.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Right? But you're slow.
Right.
Right? And now you somewhere want somebody to come behind this loser and take care of you and his baby. Like, it has to stop. The games have to stop.
Right.
Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous. The fact that y'all are so comfortable having babies by bums and then talking about all of these requirements that you now all of a sudden have that you didn't have when you should have had them. Right? Before you gave birth to some loser's baby is when you should have had the highest requirements that you have. But you waited until you're less of a catch to have these high standards.
Right.
Right? Am I saying that women with kids are not desirable?
No, you're not saying that.
They get married every day, B. Right? I'm not saying that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you're absolutely putting a hurdle in your way to make it more difficult. Right? If a man had to choose a woman with no kids or a woman with kids, he gonna go with the woman with no kids if they look exactly the same, right? But this whole getting pregnant by random Pookie loser men and then talking about now you ready to up your standards and look for a husband, be for real.
All right. So people didn't like what she said there, of course. I'm going to read a few comments here. Then we're going to go check out to see what she said in response to the people who didn't like what she said. First comment here says, Summer Walker, with the laughing emoji, she keep dropping them babies. Yeah. I mean, these celebrities are leading the way. And to people who think, oh, these are just celebrities, they don't matter. No, we live in a culture where people emulate celebrities. These people actually go out and their inspiration are these R&B chicks, bro. And so to men who are out here, you gotta be careful, right? Because you know how women will do it. Try to hide their baby daddy, wait till you fall in love, don't want to show you the photo. You may not even know. And guys, I know there's a bunch of you guys who are like, why even consider single mothers in the first place? I'm not one of those people who thinks of every single mother is necessarily like doomed. Do I think most of them are? Yes. Yes, I do. But there are chicks who are waking up to this stuff, bro. There are people out here who are waking up and they're saying, you know what? I have to. And they may go do the work and may go take care of themselves, etc. And, learn, get counseling, seek therapy. I say, F all that. Who's your baby daddy, right? Because that's going to be a problem. A lot of dudes out here are dealing with baby daddy drama by wifing single mothers. If you're a guy out here, and I know the comment section likes to be like, no single mother. There are guys who are open to this. This is a message to guys, because you get to a certain age and you're going to date. There's going to be a lot of women out here with kids. Some of them will have done the work. But what's the father of the child looking like? What type of drama does that come with? Who wants to deal with that? I say even that itself can be a huge deal breaker. So my main point here is make sure you're investigating who the father of these kids are out here if you are willing to go that direction. She responds back to this commenter here who said something about Summer Walker and says, I'm praying she don't get pregnant by Meech. Probably is going to happen. Another comment here from another woman says, thinking that far ahead requires a certain level of personal responsibility and accountability that many lack. Unfortunately, she says, you telling the truth with the 100 emoji. There's another comment from a gentleman that says, to be truthful, a lot of them think they're going to be like Sierra. Yes, they're saying that Sierra prayer, waiting for their Russell Wilson. There's another comment from another person that says, unfortunately, their standards only exist online. All right. Another comment here says, when I say you are glowing and serving face. Okay. Here's another comment from another person that says, I'm 53 when I was 23 back in 93. Being a baby mama never crossed my mind. So yeah, the baby mama culture has definitely become more acceptable. In fact, look at Ebony K. Williams in the video I just did recently, the whole single mother by choice, right? And again, she's blaming the lack of qualified men for the reason why she's going that direction. And so I'm going to end the video here with her second video in response to people who were really upset about what she said. Let's check it out.
My video about having babies by Pookies and then looking for a man of substance later is going viral now, right? The girlies are mad. They're on Instagram going crazy in the comment section. But you know why y'all mad? You mad because you know it's the truth. If there was no validity and no truth to what I was saying, you wouldn't feel so targeted, right? A lot of y'all are ashamed at the decisions that you made, but you shouldn't be. You made them, right? You live and you learn. It's no problem that you made a mistake and now you want to do better. That's great. But these conversations are for the girls who haven't did it yet. It's not for the ones who already have, because if you already did it, you learned your lesson and you doing better, great. Love that for you. Exit the conversation. Exit the chat. We talking to the girls who haven't done it yet, because obviously something just ain't clicking with y'all. You done seen this story time and time again. You done watched it happen sometimes with your mama, your grandma, your friend, your cousin, your sister's cousin's friend. It continuously, you see it happening over and over again, and somehow it just ain't ringing a bell to you.
By the way, I want to give a shout out for her saying this is for younger women who haven't made the mistake. So she's like, don't make the mistake you see other women make. And my videos are for men who know to avoid the type of chicks with the toxic baby daddies. And hopefully you learn from what you see, because you'd be surprised, man. People fall in love. All right, people get sprung, bro. Men and women. And then they think, oh, I just have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with that headache. You don't have to deal with that drama. Let's keep listening.
That you probably shouldn't just be out here having babies by these men so easily when so many women have gotten finessed in the process. How many women do you have to watch get finessed into having babies by the wrong man before you realize you should probably take better precautions than those women did? Y'all say that y'all don't want people talking about it. You feel like it's shaming. You feel like it's judgmental. Oh, well, if y'all lived lives that you were proud of and wasn't ashamed of, you wouldn't be so upset and triggered when you heard people bring up things that you was guilty of, right? Because that's what happens. I cannot make you feel ashamed of something you're not ashamed of. But if you already feel some kind of way about the life decisions you've made and you hear me say it, then yeah, it can trigger you. It can pull on your insecurities when you already have internal issues that you fighting and battling with. And when I say something about it, it just ignites you. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's not my problem. That's a personal problem. Take it up with God, right? Figure that out. Work that out. Go talk to the lady. But I don't have anything to do with your internal issues and the battles that you fight about the choices you made with the free will that God gave you. I know it's got to be crazy when God looked down on us and he see how much y'all can't take accountability when he gave you free will. He gave you the ability to make decisions with your life, however you wanted it to go, whatever you wanted to do. He gave you that option to be able to do that. And with that free will, you decided to make choices and decisions. And then when it's time to stand in them, try to put it off on somebody else. He lied to me. He deceived me. He fooled me. He tricked. How many times are y'all going to get tricked and fooled?
Mercy.
Right? Ain't y'all the ones with the degrees? Ain't y'all the ones who always auto-correcting somebody in the comment
That's enough. That's enough. That wasn't very nice. Damn.
section? Imagine being able to tell somebody that they spelt the word wrong, but you couldn't pick your baby daddy right. It's like y'all don't even think that we see the men that y'all out here having babies by. It be men like this that y'all want us to believe that you got deceived by. Nothing about this man said father figure, role model, husband, good man. Nothing about him said any of that.
Yo.
But you want us to believe that you got deceived and tricked.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Ooh.
You want us to believe this loser Pookie deceived and tricked you? Oh no, we can look right at him and know he wasn't hitting on nothing. Right? We can look right at him and know it. And you did too. But you was having the time of your life laying up having unprotected sex with him, and you was having a ball until it wasn't fun no more. Until you realized what he was really what he was, and it wasn't gonna change. That's when the script changed. That's when it wasn't fun no more. That's when now we got to get on the internet and hear you complaining about how all men are this and that, and how you need all of these requirements met. But you didn't need all those requirements met when you was dealing with him.
Yo, this is hilarious. But I have to add this in, man. This is also the same chick. I'm talking about the woman here who's talking, who a while back said the most attractive men are in the hood. Right. So I'd wonder how she would justify that. You feel me? Because a lot of women disagreed with what she said earlier. Right. Let's keep listening.
Why you didn't need all them requirements met when you was dealing with him? Let me give y'all a harsh truth. A lot of y'all wouldn't even have no kids if you could only get pregnant if the man that you wanted would marry you. Let me break it down slow for some of y'all. If the only way you could get pregnant was that the man that you wanted, the man you actually want, would have to marry you first, a lot of y'all would not be mothers. You know why? Because a lot of the men that y'all dealt with didn't want you in that way. They only wanted to have sex with you, and you just so happened to get pregnant, and because it was your body, your choice, you got to keep it. But you don't get to dictate marriage. You can dictate keeping that baby, but you can't dictate getting the man that you actually want to marry you. You cannot force him to do that.
That's
Either
facts.
he want to or he don't. And most of the time, they don't. And they finesse you into not wanting it too, because you know you'll never get it out of them. I know a lot of these conversations go over y'all head, and I have to remember I'm dealing with a group of girls who think that they got high standards because they turned down ice cream dates, but they smashed dudes from Tinder on the same day because he bought a surf and turf. So I understand how these conversations go over y'all head and y'all miss it because y'all are backwards. You are backwards. Your understanding and comprehension is backwards. But I'm going to continue to keep talking about this because the community is suffering. The kids are suffering. And y'all don't want to change it. You don't want to get to the root of the problem, but I'm going to keep getting to the root of the problem.
Sheesh. Listen, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Leave your comments, thoughts down below. I appreciate you. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.